This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Allen. Emily Matson has the night off. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. The Virgin Islands Department of Education is releasing new COVID-19 guidance for all schools. These guidelines come just before schools get started again on August 8th. Masks are no longer required to be worn in school buildings. Mass testing isn't required to return to school after extended breaks either. The Department of Education is still encouraging students, teachers, and staff to social distance while on school grounds. The Department of Health will do contact tracing for every positive case and says there is potential to test entire school buildings if there's a COVID outbreak there. We have continuing coverage as the federal government approves the USVI's request for assistance with the influx of sargassum seaweed affecting St. Croix's water plant. Governor Albert Bryan Jr. announced the White House approved his request for federal support, specifically in protecting the VI Water and Power Authority's water plant from being overrun by the large influx of sargassum seaweed on the island. The federal declaration will protect offshore water intake operations in Estate Richmond so it can continue operating at normal levels. Water production is at normal levels still, but the governor is asking residents to conserve just in case. And 3 victims have been identified in the Le Grand Princess triple murder. On Tuesday, July 26th, 911 dispatchers received calls about multiple shots fired near a gas station on North Side Road. Officers found all 3 men were shot dead. Though they have been identified, their identities are being protected still until families can be notified. And the Bureau of Motor Vehicles in St. Thomas will be moving from its current location to a new home very soon. The BMV will move to its new location at Tutu Park Mall on August 2nd. Inspection services will remain, though, at the sub-base location until further notice. Customers with existing appointments to pick up and pay for vehicle documents or for driver's license services will be served at the sub-base location until this Friday. The entrance to the new office will be in the food court across from the East End Health Center. And Governor Bryan has announced services today for the late Charles W. Turnbull. His body will lie in state at Government House on St. Croix and St. Thomas, as well as the Battery on St. John. There's also a candlelit vigil service planned at Emancipation Garden on St. Thomas, a funeral service at Christ Church Methodist, and interment at Eastern Cemetery, followed by a repast at Fort Christian on St. Thomas. The schedule with dates and times is there on your screen. The public is invited to attend all of those events. Turnbull was the 6th elected governor to USVI, serving from 1999 until 2007. He died on July 3rd in Washington, D.C. at the age of 87 years old. International news, could there be a deal to bring WNBA star Brittany Griner home? The U.S. has made an offer to Russia aimed at bringing home the 2-time Olympic gold medalist after 5 months in jail on drug-related charges. CBS's Dan Lieberman has the latest from New York.
A proposed prisoner swap. It is the strongest step yet the U.S. government has taken to try to bring WNBA star Brittany Griner home from Russian custody after her drug-related arrest at a Moscow airport more than 5 months ago.
President Biden has been clear about the need to bring home every American who is held hostage or wrongfully detained abroad. And that includes, of course, Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan.
Whelan, a corporate executive from Michigan, was sentenced to 16 years in prison on espionage charges in 2020. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is now planning to speak with his Kremlin counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, to discuss the offer. Blinken did not identify who the U.S. was willing to trade, but Russia has long sought the release of Viktor Bout, known as the Merchant of Death. He's serving a 25-year prison sentence for conspiring to kill Americans by smuggling weapons to use against U.S. forces and providing material support to terrorists.
We put a substantial proposal on the table weeks ago to facilitate their release.
Griner appeared in Russian court yesterday, holding up photos of her wife, family, and friends. She testified for the first time, insisting she did not intend to bring cannabis vape cartridges into the country.
With them being accidentally in my bags, I take responsibility, but I did not intend to smuggle or plan to smuggle anything into Russia.
While the U.S. government has long been opposed to prisoner swaps, the Biden administration has been under pressure to bring Griner and other Americans home who've been wrongly detained. Dan Lieberman, CBS News, New York.
Griner now faces a possible 10-year term in Russian prison. Her sentencing is expected next month, so U.S. officials are hoping this prisoner swap can move quickly. If Secretary Blinken and Lavrov do speak, it would be the first call since before Russia invaded Ukraine. And the Federal Reserve raised interest rates for the fourth time since March as it continues to battle record inflation. Americans can expect to see business loans, mortgages, and credit card rates all go up. But it will also hopefully bring prices down. CBS's Danya Bacchus is in Los Angeles with the details.
The Federal Reserve raised its benchmark interest rate by 3/4 of a point on Wednesday as it works to rein in inflation.
We're not trying to have a recession, and we don't think we have to. We think that there's a path for us to be able to bring inflation down while sustaining a strong labor market.
Chairman Jerome Powell says more hikes are likely as the central bank tries to slow rising prices.
We understand how painful it is, particularly for people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Consumer prices shot up more than 9% in June, far higher than the Fed's 2% target. That's forced Kristen Boyven to cut back on her family's groceries.
We are not buying anything extra. We're buying only what we need to provide the meals that we allot for.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the Fed's actions should have an impact soon.
What is clear is that prices are heading lower. How fast that happens is unknown.
On Thursday, the Commerce Department releases new quarterly gross domestic product figures. Wall Street expects to see a second straight quarter of negative growth, a traditional sign of a recession.
For many Americans, it doesn't matter. We can label it whatever we want.
But with the unemployment rate at a 50-year low, Schlesinger says the strong job market can protect consumers.
What we really have to keep an eye on is the labor market. That is a sharp tip and the indicator of where we head next.
The Federal Reserve's next chance to raise rates will be at its September meeting. Danya Bacchus, CBS News.
And Senate Democrats moved one vote closer to passing a bill that they hope will fight inflation, lower health care costs, and fund climate and energy programs. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin reversed his stance from earlier this month, where he expressed worries that the spreading would increase inflation. Without any GOP support, the bill needs all 50 Democrats to vote yes. Some moderate Democrats have yet to announce their position. And in case you have not been glued to your phone lately, the world of social media is undergoing some very big changes. Facebook and Instagram are testing moves that will allow them to compete better with the internet's fastest rising star, TikTok. Jake Ward breaks it all down.
This morning, some of the world's most influential social media platforms responding to backlash from users, influencers, and even celebrities. Facebook has always been about friendships and connections. Instagram lets you see your friends' pictures. But now those experiences may be changing. Facebook is testing a major redesign, showing posts based on your interests and an algorithm instead of posts that connect you with your inner circle. And Instagram drawing the most attention. The app, originally known for artful photos, now focusing on video. Introducing a full screen feed where photos and videos take up the whole screen. And including recommendations of other users' posts in your feed as well as friends and contacts. Now, powerful users are pushing back.
While people love video, they kind of say there's like a time and a place for that.
Some point out the app now feels more like TikTok, the trend-setting platform popular with younger users. Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, who hold some of the most popular Instagram accounts, both reposted this meme to their hundreds of millions of followers, imploring the platform to stop trying to be TikTok. User reaction was so strong it forced Mosseri to respond.
There's a lot going on Instagram right now. We're experimenting with a number of different changes to the app. And so we're hearing a lot of concerns from all of you. I need to be honest. I do believe that more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time.
An Instagram spokesperson stressing to NBC News the changes are, quote, just a test, and that Instagram is still where your friends and interests meet to push culture forward. But that may be part of the problem.
In a lot of ways, Instagram has made the same mistake that Facebook made, which is trying to be too many things to too many people and losing focus along the way.
TikTok was the most downloaded app in 2021 and through the first quarter of 2022, a growth largely fueled by Gen Z users born in the late 1990s and early 2000s. TikTok is so attention-grabbing that after too much scrolling, it actually encourages some users to take a break. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, seems to want to be that captivating. But it faces a dilemma: stay relevant or stay true to what it was.
We've heard people say, I want Instagram to be Instagram. I want Facebook to be Facebook.